Okay, want to take a look at a trade that I took this morning, and there's a lot of reasons why I think this trade is an excellent example of how following the rules and making sure that we check all the boxes is super important. This was a great trade, and I think I liked it just because you can see exactly where our rules kept us out of trouble and where our rules also told us, hey, this is where you want to get in. This is where you want to take profit, and it worked out perfectly. So right now we're looking at a power pivot reversal. We had some divergence showing on the let me just move that out of there. We had some divergence showing on our power bands. Not a criteria for the power pivot reversal, but it's a great additional confirmation. We had our power block right here. This is our power block that delivered the low. Price came above it. There is an early entry right here, which is lower probability. Our high probability entry happens when we pierce the 50, then pull back into the power block. Okay, I'm just going to pause it right here. So then we pierce the 50. This is key if you want to catch a higher probability setup. Okay, so we pierced the 50. We pulled back into the power block. And now we're waiting for our signal. And so we get a signal right on this candle here. But we didn't get triggered in. Okay, because when we get a signal, we want to make sure that we are breaking the high of the signal candle. The other thing I don't like about this signal candle is it is a weak signal candle. Look at this wick here. This is super, super important. You can save yourself a lot of trouble and a lot of losses if you commit to only entering off of strong signal bars. And so because this is a bullish entry, we would want to see this candle closing near its high in order for us to consider using it as a signal bar. Here's another example. This gave us a signal off the power bands, and price did break the high, but because it's a weak signal bar, look at this wick here. We want to see a wick less than 30%. This is questionable, okay? I would rather see it closing closer to its high for us to consider it as a signal. And if we can see, price came back and swept the low, okay? So that would have been one that we should have stayed out of, which we did. Just hit play. Now it looks like we're getting another signal on our power bands. So I'm watching this candle. I've got my buy ready so that if we get a really strong bullish candle closure here, combined with our power band signal, then I'm going to jump into this trade. Yeah, I'm just noting here, weak signal bars. It's why we didn't take that trade. We want to trade with momentum, with power. That's our edge. Hence the name Power Edge Trading System. Okay, so there, we got a really nice bullish signal bar here. This is our entry candle. As soon as it broke the high, I was a little bit late, but we jumped into the trade. Okay, so you can see I'm just setting up my risk reward here. And those who trade with me, and you'll see it called out throughout the course as well, is I front run key levels. So if I've got enough room to make some good profit before running into VWAP and the 200 EMA, for example, then I'm going to front run it by a tick or two. Okay, so this trade's working out well so far. Just documenting my entry. I think I adjust my profit target just ahead of the 200 EMA. I'm comfortable being on the other side of New York Midnight because we've used it many times already throughout the London and New York session, that I no longer saw it being an issue. The New York Midnight works great as resistance or support, usually the first 1 to 2 tries or times the price revisits it in the overnight session, as well as if that's the first visit is in New York as well. Okay, so moving well. We've got our end dog here. So I am watching that box there right here. This is our new day opening gap. We've traded through it many times before today, so I'm feeling comfortable with it. It's a small one as well. If it was a larger one, I probably wouldn't take this trade. And by large, I mean a good several point gap. Okay, there might be some sellers here sitting at New York midnight, which is fine. I'm still feeling good about this trade just because we've got very strong momentum and power showing up on our power bands. And these candles here, just beautiful show of strength to the upside. Yeah, I'm just, as the 200 EMA has come down a bit, I'm pulling my take profit just inside of the 200 EMA. It's not uncommon that we'll see the 200 price reach the 200 EMA and then reverse, or at least have a good strong reaction. Here we are. We're pulling back to retest the top of the new day opening gap. I like that reaction there. So this is real time. In terms of, I haven't sped it up at all. That's one thing when I do like when we're on the right side with momentum. Price does deliver fairly quickly, gets you into the green nice and quick. Okay, we're still testing the top of the new day opening gap. It's a very logical area for us to have a pullback and then push. Okay, we're back. Boom. See that? So that is a great trade. And what I loved about that one is just it was a great example of waiting for a strong signal bar. Even though we got a power band signals twice here, we didn't have to endure sitting through this. We waited till we got our strong signal bar, and away it went. And if you're running a really tight stop here, if you wanted to use this swing low, let me go back to it here. If you wanted to use this swing low here, and we got a signal bar here, you would have been stopped out. Sure, it would have been this is only a couple points, so not a big deal. But why even risk it if you don't have a quality signal bar? Versus this candle here, very strong signal bar, closing near its high, just a little baby wick, and away we went. So perfect example of that. Love this power pivot. We had MACD divergence, which is great. Just an added confluence. We don't need it for the power pivot trade, but we'd taken out some sell side liquidity, came down, created this power block, traded above it, got our signals, and away we went.